E risalve a tutti e bentornati su questa nuova puntata. Ho il cam tutto spostato, scusatemi. In questa nuova puntata di Kingdom Hearts. Oggi, dopo aver finito 3DD, chiamiamolo così che facciamo prima, aver visto come è nata la guerra dei Keyblade da parte di uno che l'ha combattuta, oggi invece la vedremo dal punto di vista dei 5/6 apprendisti del maestro dei maestri. Quindi, bando alle ciance, o ciancio alle bande, scopriamo finalmente cosa è successo con qualche indizio in più. Soprattutto non visivo, ma non solo visivo, volevo dire, ma proprio di trama vera. Il dramma raccontato. Non sarà un episodio troppo lungo, probabilmente su YouTube sarà chiuso. Qui c'è la guida ai vari personaggi che incontriamo, che direi di leggerci dopo. Ma cominciare a vedere Kingdom Hearts Key o X back cover. Guarda, dall'inizio. Essere sottotitoli? Certo, in inglese. In italiano sfortunatamente non esiste. Questa è quella per cellulari, che abbiamo già visto. No, with it the light. Tutto quello che abbiamo già visto insieme. Cosa che mi rende molto felice che abbiamo già fatto, perché almeno avete una contestualizzazione di ciò che stiamo per vedere. Io ripeto, chi non ha... Siccome questo film te l'hanno messo comunque nella compilation ufficiale, chi non ha giocato al gioco per cellulari, o comunque non ha visto come magari avete fatto voi su YouTube o su Twitch, qui come stiamo facendo, come ho fatto io, cosa sa? Quante cose gli mancano? Quante info? E noi queste cose le abbiamo già viste. Mi sono fermato giusto, alla guerra dei Keyblade. Sì, vi raccontavo dell'avventura con Topolino, questi vari mondi che abbiamo saltato perché sono filler, ovviamente. Fanno solo vedere te che viaggi all'interno di questi mondi, che sono in realtà vengono dal futuro, li vedi tramite il passaggio del manoscritto. Oh, salve Rage, come stai? Io tutto bene, grazie. Te tutto ok? Tutto buono? Ho visto che hai ricominciato anche un po' a fare live, anche se non sono riuscito a passare, perché come dicevo l'altra volta, che con il buon gioco buonale il tempo è molto tiranno e sfortunatamente non riesco ad andare io, non riesco a seguire gli altri. E ne ho bisogno di sfogarmi un po' con voi. Mi rende felice. Oh, dai. Comunque hai fatto bene. Io ti ho detto, vedile come una valvola di sfogo. Io le vedo così. Il troppo stop è giusto. Ho detto anche io non lo so. Forse per me andare tutti i giorni, ma il tempo è tiranno, sfortunatamente. Anche se anche tutti i giorni comincia a diventerebbe un lavoro che in questo caso non è retribuito, quindi è un problema. Comunque, tu conosci la storia di Kingdom Hearts Unchanged? Lo so, ce ne sono troppi. Tra quelli che vorresti portare, che non hai giocato, vuoi portare il live blind, è un casino. Ma oggi ci dedichiamo a Back Cover. Il film è dedicato a Kingdom Hearts Key, con la grafica di Kingdom Hearts 3, tra parentesi. Che schifo, non fa mai. Case of Luxu? Il caso di Luxu. Eccolo Luxu, là dietro e qua davanti il nostro maestro dei maestri.
So that makes you the indisposable number 7. Huh. Come on, it's simple. U6 plus me is 7.
Ovviamente se domande cose varie che non l'hai seguito questa parte, chiedi, io sono qua apposta.
Count? No.
Spero che anche il resto vada tutto bene, che sia sistemato. Con un bellissimo Keyblade il maestro, eh?
Here, take it.
Come va il volume del gioco? Troppo alto?
Playful and mischievous way, he gave his apprentice Luxu a very important role. What seemed like a simple task was the element that would connect all of the events to come.
Sì. Ed era su un gioco per cellulari, comunque.
Long, long ago, all the worlds were still one. One day, this would be called the Age of Fairy Tales. It all began here in Daybreak Town.
Ah, è vero che in italiano è
The Master
Europoli.
of Masters had an eye that gazes into the future. He bestowed upon 5 of his 6 apprentices a copy of the Book of Prophecies, in which was written the events to come.
E Luxu che scruta l'orizzonte. Il maestro. Il maestro. Il caso di Ira. Ah, bellino che c'è scritto nei dettagli.
So, did you look through the book?
Sì,
Yes.
è maestro.
But I'm still analyzing it.
Wow, no quick skim for you, huh?
I just prefer to be thorough. Master, is what it says in the last passage true?
Oh yeah, that. Bummer, huh?
Yes.
By the way, if one day I suddenly disappear,
Non si sa mai,
you to keep the others calm.
Se dovesse mai
Ok?
scomparire. Mhm.
Disappear?
Vanish, dim, fade. I don't know how to explain
Modo
it.
di parlare
It's
e
just
di muoversi un po'
hypothetical talk.
particolare, il nostro
Ok.
amico. La butto lì.
This world is full of light. It's a world comprised of many smaller worlds, all connected, stretching as far as the eye can see. One great light protects us all throughout this vast land. All worlds share one light, one
One
fate.
test.
I take it you're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, you're right on the money. People believe that the light that is Kingdom Hearts will be here forever. But if it were to disappear, the world would be enveloped in darkness.
I understand. That is why you granted us these Keyblades. With these, we can spread the teachings of light. And we can protect Kingdom Hearts from darkness.
No, they're not for protecting Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
The final passage reads, "On that fated land, a great war shall transpire. Darkness will prevail, and the light expire."
Isn't it our duty as Keyblade wielders to prevent this war from taking place?
Not possible.
What?
Non si
You
può.
really think you can change the future?
Then, what do you want us to do?
We have to focus on what comes after. There's no use thinking of ways to change events that we know are gonna happen.
But what about all of those who are here now?
Qui mi viene
And
una domanda a
the
me.
ones who will be here when the darkness finally comes? Are we to abandon all of them?
Come on. Are you telling me that you think the world can be saved by just 7 people?
I 7 eroi della luce.
At least try. With enough Keyblade wielders, we could...
Well, if you want to give it a shot.
Yes.
Alrighty, good luck.
E qui la domanda che sorge è il futuro che è scritto e quindi non si può cambiare? O siamo noi, con le nostre azioni, che creiamo il futuro?
And so the reliable Ira, who wore the mask of the unicorn, was given his role to take over for the Master and to lead the others. Similarly, the virtuous Envy, who wore the mask of the snake, was given her role to watch over the others with a fair eye. The fearless Aced, who wore the mask of the bear, was given his role to support their brand new leader, Ira. The prudent Ava,
Scusate, ma i
who wore
cori
the
mi
mask of
gasano.
the fox, was given her role to prepare exceptional Keyblade wielders for the world after.
I denti di leone. Abbiamo già visti, no?
The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies.
E lui aveva anche la pagina in più, abbiamo visto.
Mushu, the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do.
Posso parlare?
He disappeared.
Eh già, Luxu non c'è.
Not long after that, the Master vanished, dimmed, and faded without a trace.
Io ho i brividi, letteralmente. Sta canzone con tutto epico a me mi piace un sacco. Un po' teatrale, magari, ma lo adoro. E qui, in teoria, questo è uno dei personaggi che creeremo all'interno del gioco per cellulari.
This is where your story began. The story of your very own adventure.
Ba ba ba.
5 of the Master's apprentices armed themselves with the Book of Prophecies. They each created a union. This would fulfill his wishes. Then, they set out to rally Keyblade wielders just like you. By defeating Heartless, the monsters of darkness, they would gather light.
Ah, si è bloccato i comandi, non funzionano. E questa cosa è strana. Qui devo mettere a posto il bot.
There's a traitor among us.
Are you certain? What proof do you have?
I found this sniffing around.
Is that a dark Cherothy?
Eh già.
Is that a nightmare?
Nightmare. Noi l'abbiamo già visto. E qui viene meglio raccontato. Però se giocavamo... Ecco che si vede il simbolo degli spiriti.
Master, did you make this? It's so cute!
Aspettavo un kawaii.
Well, things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon. But this spirit Cherothy is gonna make your lives much easier.
Quindi lui ha creato gli spiriti.
Spirit?
You could say they're like cats or dogs. And they'll be your loyal pets. Every wielder will have one of these adorable little guys at their side. They're here to help, so play nice.
Okay.
Oh, right. Before I forget,
Sentiamo.
if a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're
Non lo
telling
vediamo mai in
us that
faccia,
if we see a nightmare,
Someone
Il
has
maestro.
fallen into
Però-
darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So, if we see one of these nightmares anywhere, we have to get rid of it on the spot.
No! I won't let you do that!
No wonder you ended up as the bear. You're scary.
Your point?
Maybe you can growl at them.
Don't insult me!
Ira se la stava ridendo alla grossa.
You won't know if it works unless you try. Please tell me you're joking. It's not me.
There's an easy way to solve this. If we all summon our spirits, then we'll know.
Unfortunately, there are countless wielders in our unions. It would be easy for any of us to summon a Cherothy that isn't a nightmare. I'm afraid that your suggestion wouldn't help us get to the bottom of this.
No, a meno che non li fate evocare tutti insieme.
Who's to say that the nightmare you saw belongs to one of us? It could belong to anyone in our unions.
Però c'è un traditore.
that's
Non
highly
loro.
unlikely.
Almeno così c'è
Do you
scritto nel
recall
libro.
the tool the wielders were given in order to make them stronger? We generally don't concern ourselves with what they have at their disposal. However,
Per-
I believe those tools were the nightmare's doing.
The bangles. I know when they're equipped, they have the power
giusto,
to
bracciale.
collect dark energy. But I thought we all agreed that was okay.
Invece non l'abbiamo
Collecting
visto.
is fine, but using that power is the equivalent of using the power of
Oh,
darkness.
rivederlo è fatto bene
It's a
rivedere il
brilliant
gioco.
plan.
Così
Everyone knows that all spirits look the same. and
abbiamo tutti
wielders
i
exist
pezzi
in
del puzzle.
spades. There's no way to tell.
Oh no. Everyone's already equipped their bangles.
So what now? how do we find out who's behind this?
Seeing as those bangles couldn't have been acquired by just anyone, I believe it's one of us here in this room.
Ciao Ettore,
No,
come stai?
Ira. I respectfully disagree. What proof do we have that the bangles are tied to the power of darkness, or if a nightmare is to blame? We shouldn't simply jump to conclusions.
Già.
Ira, some leader you are. You've managed to plant seeds of doubt in all of us with that speech. What? Did you expect the traitor to give themselves up with that accusation of yours?
Qui è veramente
That was
interessante
foolish.
That's
questo
quite enough.
minifilm, diciamo mediometraggio.
It looks to me like the master made the wrong choice.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
Farmi i cavoli miei.
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
E anche Gula se ne va.
I hope we can all resolve this soon.
Not so easy. Non è così facile.
That didn't go as expected.
What's wrong, Ira? This isn't like you.
A lost page. Something's missing from our book of prophecies. Each of our copies were said to contain the events of the future.
Ma?
But this incident, well, it's nowhere to be found.
And how does this whole thing with the traitor tie together?
Like I said, it's nowhere to be found. In my
Mai.
book.
Ira, are you implying that someone is in possession of the missing
già.
page? And the person with the complete book is the traitor?
There is something going on, and a page is suspiciously missing from the book. It's not so far-fetched to assume that the one who has the lost page has been turned, that they have fallen into the hands of darkness. Trust me.
There seems to be no record of it in my book either.
Il problema delle profezie
You may be onto
è
something.
che sono interpretabili. Quindi
I wonder-
chi è chi?
Could this have been the Master's plan all along?
Bella domanda.
To grant the lost page to only one of us?
Ottima
We
domanda.
have no way of knowing. The Master is gone.
I understand what you were saying. I promise to keep a close eye on the others. I will keep you informed, as always.
Thanks.
Of course. After all, that is what the Master asked of me. And Ira, may your heart be your guiding key.
Una frase che sentiremo d'ora in poi. Così, piena. La buttano anche per dire buon appetito, che il cuore possa essere la tua chiave guida. Il caso di Invi.
So, to sum it up, I'll need you to observe the others.
Easy.
Breezy.
All right.
Chissà chi è,
Like
il
I
maestro?
Ira may have to take over
No, veramente.
for me,
Chissà chi è.
but don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along.
I understand. But without you or Luciu,
Lucio.
to form and maintain our own unions is... It's a little unnerving, to be honest.
Oh, come on. Lighten up a little. Maybe I'll never disappear.
Ah.
Wait. Do you want me to go?
What? No, of course not.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I see.
Look, I get that change can be hard for everyone, but things need to keep moving
Finito
forward.
questo vi dico un paio di
You need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left
teorie, finito il
all
film.
alone.
Su chi possa
Now
essere
that you know
lui.
what the future holds, Invi, what does your heart say?
Almeno una
May your heart be your guiding key.
ci
I say
credo
it all the
anch'io.
time. You ultimately need to do what your heart feels is right.
Vedremo. Qualche giorno dopo.
I was wrong about Ira. I thought he would make a great leader, but he let me down. Well, what do you two think? You don't believe what Ira said, do you?
Ricordatevi che questo è in contemporanea
argument was
all'avventura del nostro protagonista
It's like
di
Invi said.
gioco per cellulare,
He's just making baseless assumptions given the situation. There's no evidence to tie his accusations to anyone, let alone one of us.
Maybe there's something he hasn't told us.
And he needs to tell us. How dare he look at us with suspicion? We're his comrades.
I wouldn't call us comrades. Anyway, did you get to the point? I know you didn't call us here just to complain.
I want the three of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, us said.
I knew it. I had a feeling it would come to this.
Prevedibile.
So, we join forces, then confront Ira?
Confronting him is
un'idea.
pointless. Ira won't change his mind. I know there's darkness at work. There's no question. But I don't believe for a second there's a traitor among us. Unfortunately, Ira doesn't share the same belief. He's just wasting time trying to figure out who the traitor is. But darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now and find a way to fight it.
Guess it makes sense.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
He's no longer here.
I'm in.
Oh!
But let's be clear. The alliance is just between the two of us right now. I don't want my union members involved.
Gula! I want to follow the Master's teachings.
Understood. That's your choice to make. You should do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah.
By the way, Ased, do Ira and Invi know?
Ovviamente
I
no.
haven't talked to Ira about it for obvious reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Gula, Ava, what are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
Hear me out, Envy. I want an alliance among our unions. Gula here has already agreed. Will you join us? And together we can...
And disobey the Master's teachings?
We don't have a choice. Darkness is approaching, and we need to combine our
Scusi,
strength
sto
to stand
avvicinando.
against it.
The Master bestowed each of us with a different role, and he specifically told us to keep our union separate, to maintain the balance of power. He told us that any imbalance would lead to a desire for more power, which leads to darkness. I know you haven't
vero,
forgotten. Perhaps
Vero.
it's you who has been tainted by darkness.
I'm tainted by darkness?
Ah,
Then what about you, Envy? You spy on us and report everything you see back to Ira. You really think you have no darkness in your heart after what you did?
Because that is my role.
To observe us, yes, but not to disclose everything we say and do to Ira.
That's...
For all we know, you and Ira could be allies, scheming behind our backs.
si comincia a rompere l'equilibrio, eh? Dopo che non c'era più il collante che li teneva insieme, le unioni si stanno sfaldando una dopo l'altra. E qui
When will it stop? I don't want us to turn against each other.
incontriamo
Master Ava.
un incontro che abbiamo già visto.
Oh, hello. Your name is Ephemer, right?
Però questa volta con una grafica più
Hey,
bella.
can I join you?
Uh-huh.
Why the long face? Did something happen?
Oh,
Long day. Do you remember what you asked me before? About why the unions compete against each other instead of working together.
infatti.
Actually, I always wondered the same thing.
Huh? Isn't it just because the Master said so?
Sì, ma
Yes. And as such, we must obey. The master said so. So it is.
Di solito obbedire ciecamente
I've really
funziona mai
started to
bene.
wonder.
Mai. Mai, mai, mai.
You once told me that you were looking for answers. That you wanted to solve the mysteries of this world.
Sì?
Well, I think that's how things should be. We need to question things and think for
Oh,
ourselves.
esatto.
Whoa! You are really not yourself today. I guess even foretellers have their off days. Hey,
Ai veggenti.
maybe talking about the book will cheer you up.
No
Magari.
Aww.
Lui ci prova, che è uno scemo. Scusami.
You were trying to pull a fast one on me, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was joking.
Mhm.
You say so. But to be honest, I think it would be great if all the unions could work together and be friends.
You know, I made a friend from another union today. Wasn't much of a talker, maybe just shy. We're meeting again tomorrow.
That sounds like so much fun. Then you'd better go home and get some sleep.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Quanto
I
giapponese.
don't know what's got you down. But please cheer up.
Thank you.
Mm.
If the worst happens, I'll be glad to leave the future to the kids who see the world in the way that you do.
Già.
Let the wind carry you far, far away. My dandelions.
Dandelions. Io li chiamo Dandalion, che è sbagliatissimo. Dandelions. Ehi, si legge il libricino.
Envy, have you learned something?
It seems Ased and Gula's unions are now allied.
So Ased is the traitor after all.
No,
No, I don't believe he is.
non è molto furbo.
Why's that?
To Ased, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Per ora.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes, and his teachings are absolute.
Ah.
That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No, please let me do the talking.
Lei
Your
è la mediatrice.
intervention will do nothing more than spur Ased's anger.
All right, I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Ased has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less
com'è?
frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
Qui c'è della ciccetta, tra i due, secondo me. Oh. Bello il libro, ma manca le pagine. Manca una pagina. Qualche mese dopo.
I think I'm done.
Done with what?
Alleanza?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently,
Invece.
and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees.
Oh.
Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Ops.
Is Envy the one who told you to
Mi è
break our
proprio
alliance?
scappato. Ops.
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
And that's exactly why. I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Nessuno di voi può.
Sorry, my mind's made up.
Bella quella casa, Un po' buia.
Envy. You will regret this.
Più è grande la luce, come diceva all'inizio di Kingdom Hearts 1, più lunga è l'ombra che viene proiettata. Il caso di Assi.
You been here long? My bad.
No.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
Lighten up! I was just kidding. I didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Ti credo, fidati. Mi fido
No.
proprio.
Allow me to tell you about your role. You're going to be Ira's right-hand man.
What?
What?
Ira's right-hand man? What do you mean?
Fa ridere. What?
Ira's gonna be the new leader after I'm gone, you see. So, just stand by. Don't disappoint.
E non lo sta
Explain
facendo.
to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What? Is that disappointment I hear? Did you want to be leader?
No. I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader, that's a different story, but I wasn't trying.
You really want to be leader, huh?
Well...
Sì.
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us. I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
Then it's settled.
Ooh.
Wait, I agreed that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean you will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day.
Qui è serio.
Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why? Where?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess right now.
Ah.
In any case, you need to support Ira.
E fin qui.
We both know he's quite serious. He's always just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to spur him into action.
Right.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Shall I elaborate? Making Ira the leader is all good in theory, but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership might be just what everyone needs.
Gli ha messo...
That is your true role.
Il maestro si è fatto tutti i suoi bei schemini per fare in modo che la profezia
May your heart be your guiding
si
key.
incastri comunque, eh?
Best of luck, I said.
Furbone. Dietro l'aria da un po'
It's
da
been over a year since the
vampito.
Master left. It's
Più di un
time for
anno
me
fa.
to fulfill my true role.
Questo avevamo visto. Questo combat. Da distante, ma... quando combattono dei maestri dei Keyblade c'è la differenza, eh. Ognuno di loro c'ha l'occhio comunque, nel keychain, nella catenina. Tutti. Non ci avevo fatto caso. Interessante.
Don't be so conceited. I'm protecting the balance, just like the master told us to.
Le
You
unioni
need
che
to come to your senses.
si disperdono come i petali di un fiore. E gula. E
If
guarda.
we don't do something, light will expire. then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits.
Oh,
We need to defy the Master's teachings.
sta sudando o piangendo?
You're saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
You fool!
E io ci voglio una serie però così, Porta anche lei. Vede. Oh oh.
Ava, over here!
Envy! Ased! What's going on?
I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably.
No, that's not true!
No.
Ava, there's no time to lose.
Ora è solo.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Hanno fatto un po' di danni, O poco. Mi è uscita una voce strana. Vuol dire, hanno fatto un po' di danni, Merda. E la pagina mancante. Fammi indovinare. Il caso di Gula? Eh già.
Master. Master?
Oh, I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure.
Invece fare il finto
Oh,
tonto.
no, no.
Poi al maestro.
Stay.
Una certa persona.
Now where? Ah, here it is.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
This is from the Book of Prophecies.
Eh già.
But
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
and what's written here is
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor,
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it?
Ah.
If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor.
Non credo sia così
It's
semplice.
brilliant.
way to steal my thunder, show off.
Huh?
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius.
I'm sorry? But was my logic flawed?
No.
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight.
Cosa sai?
Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
La È stato messo nel sacco.
Trust no one but myself.
Diciamo che il maestro non è... Almeno a me non lascia impressioni positivissime. Però per ora ci permetto. Vediamo questo. Poi vi dirò quello che penso io. Almeno quello che penso o pensavo, prima di giocare a Kingdom Hearts. E che penso magari tuttora.
Gula.
Do you want to know what my role is? Huh? The books we were given are incomplete. There's a lost page.
E fin qui.
Lost page?
Ah, lui non lo
On
sapeva?
that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The master told me to find and stop that person.
I called you my comrade. But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
La rabbia.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already.
No.
Don't you underestimate me!
Comunque ha vinto lui.
Please stop!
You too, huh?
Why did it have to come to this?
Perché è mancato quello che voleva fare lei, la collaborazione, il dialogo di base. È nata la diffidenza e quindi l'oscurità. Peccato per l'effetto un po' plasticoso delle maschere.
Come to finish me off and make it quick.
That's not what brought me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on.
Già.
With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Sì, anche se sei un po' scemo. Sì.
Of course.
Only you could be such a good guy after everything we've been through. But hey, I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much. However, we still might only be 4. I'm talking about Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books. He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are? What I do know is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
I'd like to believe that Gula was simply carrying out his role. Aset, I'll deal with this matter. Please keep it to yourself for now.
Understood.
I need to see that lost page.
Why did you tell Ira? It had to be you, because you were the only one who knew where we were hiding. Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
And why should that even bother you? Not only do you have your union, but you've also gathered the finest Keyblade wielders from other unions, and you're training them in a secret location, aren't you?
Yes, because that is my role!
I had no idea. I
Parlare.
apologize. I
Bisogna
overstepped.
parlare nelle relazioni.
No. I shouldn't have snapped at you either.
What did Ira want?
I don't know exactly. He just asked me to give up Gula. His eyes, they were scary. I was worried he'd do something awful. I knew I couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
Someone's coming.
Ah,
They're headed straight this
non lo
way.
so.
Take care of him. Ira?
Oh. Beh, da mezz'ora che guardiamo.
Is something wrong?
Ah, di più ormai.
I know Gula's here.
What?
Tell me where he is.
But why? What are you going to do?
Bella domanda.
None of your concern.
Don't.
What?
I won't let you near him.
So that's it. All right. I'll go.
Ah. Ok. Non sta benissimo, eh.
Gula, what are you doing?
Something happened?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
Sarebbe stata una
I knew
cattivissima
it.
idea.
It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal.
Bravo. Dillo per piacere che...
It talks about the one who bears the sigil. That's it.
Ok.
So, I don't
E
know what
questo
to make of
non
it, to
mi
be
ricordavo avessi detto anche nell'altro. Non stavo
My role.
attento.
honest, is to find out who it is.
Perché noi sappiamo di un
I
sigillo.
suspected a
Il
said and went to
sigillo
confront him.
del Presidente. Un sigillo
What
antico.
Why are you telling me this, Gula? I have enough to think about, keeping with the
Appunto è una-
Master's teachings and my role.
Always
Oh.
walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page.
Sono uno scemo.
Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why I need to find out
But how?
by asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why.
Se lo faccio lui
The
viene.
only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But in order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough. You always do the right thing.
A Luce,
Help me
non
with
Lux, inteso non Lushu. Che è l'unico che ha una X nel nome. Sono un pirla, non esserci arrivato prima.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to return.
È il simbolo del dissidente. Infatti abbiamo visto
But you don't know how summoning
il
Kingdom
editore si
Hearts will affect the rest
scontrerà
of the
nel
world.
terreno, l'abbiamo visto anche nell'altro gioco di Elusho.
The Master, he forbid it for a reason. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I see.
La domanda è in che modo ha tradito.
May your heart be your guiding key.
E nessuno di loro c'ha la X. Nel vestiario da nessuna parte. Nessuno di loro ha il simbolo del dissidente.
Ghoul is on a mission to collect Lux.
Ah. That explains why Ased and Ira are as well. They're trying to maintain the balance. But that isn't the balance we were expected to keep.
No.
If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves, Keyblade wielders will soon turn against one another,
Questo porterà.
which will lead to the Keyblade War.
And what's written in the book, all of it will happen.
Perché alla fine,
Light will expire.
cercando di impedirlo, l'hanno attuata.
Envy, what are you going to do?
Quello
I'll
mi viene da
gather
dire
Lux
che
too.
il
No matter
maestro,
what, the balance must be kept.
i compiti appositi, gestiti
Ava.
bene.
You do the same.
Xehanort non è l'unico a
must
avere dei gran
Delay
piani.
the inevitable.
Right.
La domanda è il perché. Perché tutto ciò? Proprio perché. Denti di leone. Dandelion. Dandy. Questo manca il suo, no? Questo è scritto il caso di Ava. Come lava.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen.
Punto.
The entire world will be lost to darkness.
But Master, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, that's what brings me to your role. You might just be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
Hope? Master, what is it that you need me to do?
I semi della speranza. Come i semi.
Don't get
Denti di
involved in
leone.
any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find Keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization. Then, like the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
You really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ah, non è che ha molta scelta,
Ava.
amica mia.
You're the only person for this.
I understand.
Siamo alla vigilia.
Today you're here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may seem like it's familiar to you, but in a world that is different, one made of dreams, you are our hope. A war will soon wage. Those who strive to protect the light will turn their weapons on their allies
Eh già.
for the sake of loyalty to their own unions. To be honest, I don't know how far I can guide all of you. What you must remember is that anyone can lose themselves to
Esatto.
the darkness.
Chiunque.
However, there will be no winners. Everything will be lost. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope. when the time comes, and there is war, you mustn't fight, but instead you must fly away from here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task. The future is in all
Io
your
FMR l'avrei
hands,
messo.
as is the world's light.
Ah
May
no!
your hearts be
Lui è già
your
andato via, è
guiding
andato
key.
già dall'altra parte, vero? Non ce lo puoi mettere. È Skuld. Skuld sì. Oh. Di nuovo Luxu? Con quella bella X, nel nome.
The gazing eye? It's not what it's called.
Oh, what then?
Actually, no name.
No name.
Well, gazing or not, that Keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact. Ew! Oh, you think that's gross, do ya?
No.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role. You need to pass down that Keyblade to your apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the Book of Prophecies.
Esatto.
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome Keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job.
È un bellissimo
At
personaggio.
least
Un
smile
sacco
a
il mom.
little.
Il mom.
But I haven't done
Master of
anything
Masters.
yet.
Good point. Guess you'd better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No
Lui è il libro
book of
completo,
prophecies to keep
Ah no,
you
lui non ce
company
l'ha, è
either.
vero.
I can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes. But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it.
Lascia
For
fare.
now, you, that Keyblade,
E
and this box need to stay out of sight. Just
già.
watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do
Quella
your
bella
thing.
scatola.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see, the thing is, you can never, ever open it.
Great, now I really want to know.
Strano.
All right. I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise.
Tra loro due, non con noi.
But why?
Vabbè, intanto glielo dice.
You'll see.
Intanto glielo dice. E qui. Lontano. Con Lushu. No Name. L'illuminata. E la scatola.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Finisce. Kingdom Earth. Backover. Già, non sappiamo. Sappiamo poco altro. Abbiamo la conferma che probabilmente è Lushu il traditore. Come o perché? Non lo sappiamo. Perché non lo sappiamo di base. Anche nel gioco per cellulari, quando parla, si vede il suo combattimento con Ava. È l'unico che ha la X nel nome, che è il simbolo del dissidente. La domanda è: l'ultima immagine che abbiamo visto, quanto tempo è dopo? 1. 2. Chi è Lushu? E chi è il maestro dei maestri? Oltre al volume altissimo nelle mie orecchie, Passiamo un po', che va bene lo stesso, Questa è la vera domanda. Poi non posso mandare avanti, vero? Sto provando perché belli titoli di... Non vorrei ci fosse qualcosa dopo. Non vorrei ci fosse qualcosa dopo, ma facciamo così. Abbiamo finito. L'ho già visto tutto. Per sicurezza. La fine? Questo non c'era. Ah no, è questo, ok. Il titolo di testa. Andiamo a vederci i personaggi per avere il maestro dei maestri. Un uomo misterioso che possiede un occhio che può guardare nel futuro. Usa quella conoscenza per scrivere il libro delle profezie. Nessuno sa se la sua natura maliziosa sia genuina o solo una messa in scena. Io opto per la seconda. È scomparso dopo aver consegnato una copia del libro a 5 dei suoi 6 apprendisti. Ira, uno dei discepoli, ovviamente, è un maestro dei Keyblade affidabile e il capo dell'Unione Unicornis. Il maestro lo prende spesso in giro a causa del suo atteggiamento sempre così serio. Il suo ruolo è diventare il capo dei veggenti dopo la scomparsa di quest'ultimo. Invi è una maestra dei Keyblade virtuosa ed è a capo dell'Unione Anguis. Un enorme rispetto per il maestro. Il suo ruolo è controllare gli altri con un occhio equo. Asid, uno dei discepoli del maestro, ok? È un maestro dei Keyblade impavido e il capo dell'Unione Ursus. Anche se ad affidarsi alla sua forza fisica, ha un cuore puro e un forte senso della giustizia. Il suo ruolo è essere di supporto al loro nuovo capo, Ira. Anche se è una maestra del Keyblade, gli altri signori la trattano come un'amica a causa della sua età. È capo dell'Unione Vulpes. Il suo ruolo è trovare signori del Keyblade di qualità eccezionale, appartenenti a qualsiasi unione, e arruolarli nella sua organizzazione. Cosa ti manca? Che leggiamo tutti. Maestro sempre calmo, il capo dell'Unione Leopardus. Preferisce mantenere le distanze dagli altri e non li considera suoi compagni. Il suo ruolo è risolvere il mistero del libro delle profezie. Direi che posso rialzare a come era prima adesso, dai. Ma forse anche un po' più basso. L'unico dei discepoli del maestro a non aver ricevuto una copia. Gli è stato consegnato un Keyblade e una scatola nera prima che partisse per il suo viaggio. Ciriti, sono stati creati dal maestro per servire i signori dei Keyblade. Originariamente sono degli spiriti sempre pronti ad aiutare, ma se il loro signore cade vittima dell'oscurità, si trasformano in incubi. Un signore dei Keyblade giovane e socievole. Cerca continuamente di capire come funziona il mondo e decide di cercare di risolverne i misteri del suo. I Dandelion, organizzazione speciale di Ava che raccoglie i signori dei Keyblade con capacità eccezionali. Tornando qua invece, la mia ipotesi è che il nostro maestro dei maestri, la mia, diversa in realtà per il tipo di movimenti, fare il finto tonto, malizioso, possa essere Denix. Perché hanno delle movenze estremamente simili. O, magari a causa della benda, Braig. O Sigbar. A suo tempo. Questo è quello che le informazioni ci danno finora. Non vi dico se sono giuste, se sono sbagliate. Però io da intanto ve l'ho fatto notare che è un po' stranino. Sì, beh, è detto che è il mio preferito. Però vedremo. Diciamo che queste sono le opinioni che mi sono fatto io, arrivati qui. Quindi, signori, per YouTube la puntata finisce qua, mentre su Twitch continuiamo subito. Quindi, per YouTube alla prossima, per Twitch fra poco.